It's the Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio. Jimmy is chomping at the bit over there. What do you got, Jimmy?
Well, me and Kyle were just insulting each other.
Oh, it's just they're just very hurtful.
No, because Jimmy put up a great suggestion. You guys left off my manager, and he's got some wild tales from his trips. And then I mentioned, let's bring my accountant in, you jackass.
No, see, that's where you're wrong, though, man. I've heard these stories from Jonathan. The guy's fucking insane.
Yeah, he's got to be a fucking arms dealer.
It's not like he's going to Vegas or to Yosemite. Yosemite. This guy is like, he's got pictures of African kings going by with armed guards as he's on the side of the road for the parade.
He's like Jay Peterman from Seinfeld.
Yeah,
you know that show.
It's not exactly. Yeah, it's not exactly like. It must be
bring it up again.
Huh? Excuse me. He's a guy that sells 700 Sundays in Sierra Leone. So I'm really not that blown away.
Well,
Sierra Leone.
He went to
Mr. Corleone.
Michael Corleone. He just travels a lot. So I was just mentioning that, and as we were talking, Colin just was saying, why don't you bring on your accountant? And he was dismissing me by not looking at me with his fucking awful middle finger pointed at me.
Yeah.
Which I thought was definitely disrespectful.
Well, here's the thing about Jim. As you guys know, I spoke to you guys briefly at the Pat Cooper roast, and I said I really discussed it with Jim. And as you know, I'm only half joking when I say things like that.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that. Here's what bothers me about Jim.
What?
Okay, I've mentioned this to him before. Okay, we're in the car one day, and I was probably singing him. He drives me uptown in this crummy car, non-celebrity car.
The fancy caddy. What are you talking about?
It's a caddy that looks like
I drove you uptown.
Obviously, you haven't taken a ride with Jimmy in a while. Camry caddy.
It's a Camry caddy. It looks like a Camry. It feels like a Camry, and nobody knows it's a caddy unless you say it. Caddy actually took the insignia off. So we're in the car, me, him, and his girl. And, and so maybe I was singing him a little hard. You forget sometimes because we're comedians and we bust balls. But when you call Jimmy, I kept calling him an ugly creep and how he's worked out to look mediocre. And I forget that, even though we're comedians and we bust balls, probably his childhood had a lot of pain and horror, as it should have. So suddenly, here we are, me being a snide kind of idiot. His girlfriend sitting there probably politely putting up with it. And then Jim outbursts, goes, so what about you? You act like you were a 10 when you were younger. You weren't that great looking. Just with total anger and holding in this nonsense.
Wrong. No.
And I was like, first of all, I never thought I was a 10. I was a hard 7. He goes, you were fucking 6.
No.
He actually thought I was the
I'm not gonna, you will not make a monologue out of this. No. He's lying. He's lying. He's lying or he's deluded.
No, this is my opening statement.
It's a 40-minute dissertation. That's not true. It's a falsehood. You're spreading falsehoods.
No, it's not.
I wasn't angry. Here's what Colin does.
He was angry at outburst.
Believe me, I wasn't mad. Me and my girlfriend still laugh at that house. She's like, what did Colin say he was that day? I'm like, a hard 7. But Colin acts like he's fucking 10 pounds away from the glory days. Like he was fucking...
Oh, no, I don't.
Well, all right, 140. He acts like he was beautiful, and he was not a bad-looking guy. But
that's all I said. I never thought I was
you act like you were gorgeous.
But that's what I'm saying. The fact that he thinks that...
But no, it's true.
First of all, even if it had been true, which I know how I really thought, but even if I did think that, why wouldn't you let an old man have his own delusion?
Because you're not that much older than me.
He's screaming.
I didn't scream at you.
The amount of anger there, and here's my other point, okay? Here's my other point, which I do.
What other point? You haven't made one to begin with.
All right, here's my first and only point.
And he is a lot older than you.
He's 10 years older than me.
I'm 48.
Yeah. I'm 39. You're 9 years older than me.
But in entertainment years, Colin is a hell of a lot older than you.
Yeah. But here's what bothers me. The fact that he's angry about that.
True.
That was pretty funny, I thought.
Well, I didn't think it was an insult, but apparently it was.
Go ahead, Colin. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that Jim, right after his last special, goes to the club every night because it's almost like, hey, man, I'm a gym rat. I just work at stand-up. You're a compulsive ass.
Oh,
Take a few weeks off, shut up, and let me finish.
No.
Now,
I'll tell you why. I'm not a gym rat.
You think to yourself, hey, I'm a guy that just blue collar, I take my lunch pail into the club every night with your fake humility, and I'm putting a stop to it today.
Why?
Now.
I don't want people...
Shut your face!
Hold on. No.
You're compulsive. Take a few weeks off and just breathe.
I'm compulsive. Have you ever seen yourself in front of a buffet?
Oh, that was hurtful.
Of course it was. But it's not true. The reason I do it is because...
I don't think a buffet way.
I know. I couldn't think of a better way to say it.
Was good.
But the bottom line is I don't want people coming out after seeing the HBO special and seeing the same shit. They're going to get pissed off. It's selfish. I want to make more money.
I think what Colin's trying to say, though, you don't seem to enjoy all the success at times.
I do enjoy the success.
No, that's
I love
not what
doing
I'm saying.
stand-up.
I'm trying to stop any enjoyment of the success.
Oh, you don't want him to enjoy it.
If he has any chance of enjoying it, I'm putting a stop to it now. That's
look, another chewed pen. room. The fucking they keep chewing the pens. You want to keep?
Pens?
I don't know. Whoever it is going to get.
What are you doing?
Oh, he's putting it up his
There you go.
ass.
Whoever chews pens, enjoy the chewed pen, fucking cunt. And you chew on that shit.
Ew.
Now, wait a minute.
Yes, that's shit, all right.
Jim, you have to be careful with that kind of behavior.
No, I don't like. I want to do new stuff, so I was done with the set in June, and I started doing new stuff. You don't do the same material. People come out to see me, they fucking not going to see the same act.
You know what? He's a little. I'm picking up something here.
What?
I don't want to completely bash Jimmy, but no.
Jump in, please.
I'm picking up something. I think Jimmy is assuming that everyone has seen the HBO special.
Yeah, you're right.
So that he's got to get new material because when they go out, everyone that's there has seen his old material.
No one has seen it, but it's more than that.
Not everyone, no. But I do think that a good amount of people will come who have seen it. Hold on.
We're trying to change the subject.
Can I address my friend?
I think there's truth in both.
No, I don't assume everyone has seen it. Believe me, I would love to be able to just live off that for another year, but
That's
can't.
not what I'm saying.
What?
What I'm saying is that you fancy yourself a humble gym rat that goes down to the club and just works it out. And I want you to stop coming to the club, and if I see you there again, I'm going to punch you in the snout.
Well, you're never there. What are you talking about, you fucking lonely psychopath?
If I decide to go there.
You know, you're writing a manifesto like fucking Ted Kaczynski. You're never there. He's just in front of his computer railing about technology and Jews and the fucking lesbians that run show business. What are you talking about? How do you know where I am?
He's starting to leave the house again.
He's fucking...
That's right, I'm here, aren't I?
You were an agoraphobic creep. You had to, because Mazzilli threatened to fire you if you didn't fucking plug. You probably had 8 tickets sold. It's like, go on the radio. No one knows you're at our club.
Oh, shit.
But that's why he's here to plug. It's fine.
The hurt that is going on over here.
There's no hurt at all. That's where you have to go out and plug when you're doing a gig.
Oh, do you believe this idiot's trying to act like Mr. Pragmatic? Shut your mouth right now.
But it's the truth. It's reality. I am a very pragmatic, which I think means realistic, guy. I'm not exactly sure what pragmatic means.
Colin, what's going on?
Hopefully it means fun and joyful.
What's going on with Colin?
Well, actually what Jimmy's saying is semi-correct in that I have been writing my manifestos.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But they're not really against anything in particular. It's just basically it's a compilation. You know, I have what happened was I got ahead of myself psychologically and wrote thousands and thousands of pages. So my apartment looks a little bit like Kaczynski as a high...
A little bit like Beautiful Mind.
Yeah.
Just notes stuck to the walls with strings, connecting bits together.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. So I've been trying to organize it, but it's very difficult. I wish I had I fantasize about having a really efficient Asian assistant, yes, in stockings and of course the other part of it.
Yes, and male.
But that's what I've been going on with me,
Why don't you get yourself a trapper keeper? I used to use those to organize when I was a trapper. Or the 5-section dunk book.
But I got so many, you know what I mean? I've thousands. It's gone a little out of my control.
And what is this thing going to be? A book
well, it's
someday?
like 10 books. It's just so many things. It's too many pages of things.
Wow.
Are you being serious for once?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So
you just sit there and you're typing away.
No, his I don't like is I just go to Opie, Opie's like, so you got all the stuff, you're really trying to, I was like, yeah, Opie understands. It's like, I got him, and he goes, you being serious? I go, yeah. He goes,
well,
it was weird.
It's weird. It's weird when you get serious, Colin.
Oh, I thought you meant it was weird that I have all my thousands of pages.
You're very protective.
Yes,
we only see one side of you, the sarcastic side.
We don't get to see the real sweet Colin.
We don't get to see the sweet Colin.
You have a big fat shell around you.
Looks like... I picture you crying alone in your apartment some nights.
No, not really crying, There's a lot more anger than me than...
Chewing the inside of his mouth like a coke addict.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot more,
We're just trying to see other sides of you today.
I can't imagine myself... Yeah.
This is kind of an intervention. You didn't realize what you stepped into today.
Well, I'm just trying to say, I don't see myself as hurting myself before really damaging a lot of people.
A lot of other people, sure.
My own analysis of it,
Really? You don't like when I was in your 30th floor apartment and he steps over the rail and he's kind of hanging on and letting go for a second?
Did you really?
Yes, he was.
That's cool.
Yes, he was.
36th floor.
And doing
yes.
where you let go, fall backwards, and then grab the rail? All right, Colin, that's a problem.
Like that.
That's a bit of a
I used to do that on
cool.
Tough Crowd. I'd lean out the window and hang on.
From what? The fucking, on the set?
17th floor. No, the office on the 17th floor.
Why would you do that?
Wait, could you slow down a minute? Whose apartment was this?
His.
My
so you have an
apartment.
outdoor space?
It's a balcony.
Balcony, and he was on the outside of the railing?
Yes, he stepped outside the railing and he's letting go for it. Not going back that far.
That's
because
hilarious.
The arm is just
what were you
bit.
hoping for? A really good reaction from your friends?
Well, you know what I was hoping for? Butterfingers.
He was hoping his straight